What's up, guys? MrGimms back again, and today I want to talk about the news that's hit this afternoon to all us DBD fans, and that is the 6.40 POST PTB patch notes. And what that means is it's the corrections that Behavior have done after feedback from the PTB, and we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it, and from what I can see from a glance, mostly happy, but let's get into it. So we got the news, big, bold, Jesus Christ, okay. Don't need to read that. That's just for next week. Just confirming that it is next Tuesday, the release of the Into the Fog, Forged in Fog, is the name of the next chapter. Adjustments to the night, okay. Guards have a few mechanics in place to ensure that they work smoothly. For instance, the guard will phase through obstacles to reach the location they spotted a survivor. This prevents situations where the guard might spot a survivor on the other side of a fence, for example, and waste the majority of their time running around. Yeah, and that does. It pretty much wastes your entire power in that situation where the guard is trying to get around and it might get stuck in a pallet or whatever, and it's weird, but I'm glad that they're finding ways around this with the AI. For a survivor's perspective, there are also measures in place to prevent a guard from instantly appearing next to you and attacking before you have a chance to react. While the guard on their own can push you away from objectives, they aren't intended to reliably hit survivors without killers working with them in tandem. And that's the whole objective, is the knight is supposed to be working with the other characters in tandem. During the PTB, we found the timing on some of these mechanics to be longer than necessary, making guards difficult to use in a chase or granting the survivors too much of a head start. With that said, we have made the following changes for this chapter's release. Guards will now appear after 1.5 seconds, down from 2 seconds. That's pretty good. Might not seem like much, but it's something. The time it takes for a guard to travel to the location the survivor was detected has been reduced to 2.5 seconds, down from 3. Nice. Again, we're just trimming the fat, which I think is definitely needed. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but it's worth the test, obviously. A guard's detection radius will now grow to full size after 1 second. That's pretty good. Again, we're just trimming the fat. Half a second on each of these changes. Though they might sound subtle, these tweaks combined will make guards feel more responsive without making them unfair to play against, which again, it's about a 50-50. You want to make it even for both sides. Guards will now activate sooner and detect survivors more consistently. And right there, that's right. You're supposed to be using the power more fluently throughout the game. You're supposed to feel like your power's doing something. And I actually like the bit where they add, they're not built to, you're not supposed to always hit a survivor with a guard. That's not the objective. The objective is to harass, to get people off objectives, i.e. generators and things like that. It's to get survivors moving, it's a good that they've made a point of mentioning that. Next, when a guard begins their chase, they leave behind a banner, and this was a big point of contention, which survivor can pick up and make the guard disappear. The banner takes a few seconds to activate, so the survivor can't immediately pick it up. During the PTB, we found the timing to be a little short, making it possible to pick up the banner after running around a small loop once or twice. For this release, we are increasing the time it takes for the banner to become active. I wonder how much. I didn't read this bit. The Carnifex's banner, because remember, we're cycling through the soldiers, the Carnifex, the jailer, and the assassin, I think. The Carnifex banner now activates after 10 seconds, up from 8 seconds. Holy Jesus Lord, that's massive. So the Carnifex is going to be a really good clutch play. The jailer and the assassin's banner now activate after 5 seconds, up from 2 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. This is supposed to be someone stronger in the mix. I get that. Nice. On the subject of chases, the knight has also gained the ability to preemptively cancel a guard's patrol by using his basic attack on them. Wow. That's really cool. This will cause the cooldown to begin immediately rather than waiting for the whole entire patrol to expire. Again, trimming the fat, making him more smooth and streamlined to play, because oftentimes when I was obviously learning how to play him in the PTB, I would use the guard's power, get him to do a patrol into nothing. Obviously the survivor's already way gone. And then you'd have to wait for the whole time for him to do the patrol, get nothing out of it, and then wait for the cooldown to cast out another guard. So that's brilliant. That's just streamlining the gameplay. I think that's nice. I think we're going in good places here. Lastly, we've made some adjustments to various add-ons. Here's a list of changes you can expect on the update drops. Map of the Realm now increases guards' vision by 4 meters, down from 6. Nice. Flint and Steel effects now only apply on unbroken dropped pallets. Nice, I like that add-on. Yeah, true. That's good. Healing Poultice effects now apply to survivors within 24 meters, was outside 32 meter radius. Nice, okay. Good, yeah. Knight's Contract increases range to 12 meters, up from 8 meters. Nice, okay. We hope the adjustments above will make the Knight's debut as smooth as possible, but we'll continue to monitor his performance over time once the chapter releases. My only gripe with this, and it's still a gripe, and though we're getting, these are, I'm going to say that they're minor buffs, but it might make a massive difference. So obviously I'm going to have to wait and see. But I will say, I am still disappointed that the survivor's getting haste and endurance for a couple of seconds after hitting the flag, though that might be less of a possibility with the cooldown now with banner drops. So I don't know. It's all about testing, isn't it? It's hard to sort of rein it in and give a complete answer until we've tested. But overall, nice. Hex Face the Darkness, the hex that everyone was confused about. After reviewing feedback from the PTB, we found that Hex Face the Darkness was a little confusing and difficult to get use out of. Because it was a random scream event, yeah? Like if anyone doesn't, yeah. To make its effects clearer and more consistent, we have given the perk a small rework in time for the release. First, affected survivors will now scream. There we go. Done. Sorted. Will now scream every 25 seconds. So it's just on a proc now. There's going to be no randomity to it, no RNG. It's just they're going to scream every 25 seconds. This makes the perk more consistent than the previous random intervals of 20 to 40 seconds. Second, survivors will no longer see the aura of the cursed survivor. Nice. Making it harder to deactivate the perk. That's good. Which was stupid anyway. Third, we've simplified the perk's description to make it clearer. The line specifying the perk is disabled permanently if the hex totem is cleansed has been removed, since this is standard for any hex perk. Yeah, exactly. Once it's gone, it's gone. We'll keep an eye on the performance of this and any other perks after this update releases. I'm a little bit scared because wow, okay, they've made no changes to the perks for survivors that are affecting gens. Good luck with that behavior. Shit. All right. Moving along, I guess. I guess they don't want to talk about that. They think it's fine. Shattered Square, which is a new realm. During the PTB, one of the most common pieces of feedback we received was regarding the fog color of the new map. Yes, the Shattered Square being a bright red, it could be difficult to track scratch marks and pools of blood through the fog. Yeah, especially for some of the colorblind players. Absolutely. For the live release, we have toned down the red fog to address these concerns, and already that looks so much nicer. That is very cool. Additionally, we've adjusted the palette and hook textures on this map and improved their visibility. Very nice. Looks good. Flashlights. We recently announced a buffer system for flashlights which would cue a stun for a short time during the killer's pickup animation. This change is intended to make flashlight less picky while still requiring some knowledge of how to use them, and to compensate for the inability to adjust your timing with the recently added cooldown. Unfortunately, this buffer stopped working correctly just before the public test build went live, causing blinds at any point in the pickup animation to stun the killer, which was horrible. This was not intended, and we have fixed the issue for the release. Only blinds that take place during the buffer will cue their stun. Sweet, okay, because that was ridiculous. Yeah, during the last bit of the pickup, you could pretty much just start your flashlight run and it would get it every time. So it was like the olden days. It was ridiculous. In the meantime, we've carried out additional tests internally to refine the timing. Since the buffer takes place on the server, not the survivor's client, latency can make the buffer feel much shorter than intended. Therefore, we have increased the buffer to 0.4 seconds, up from 0.25 seconds. This will account for latency and make it feel much closer to the originally intended length. Okay. We'll test it. We'll be keeping an extra close eye on this mechanic once it goes live. The goal is not to make flashlight saves significantly more common, but rather to make the timing a little bit more forgiving. Okay, fair enough. All the changes mentioned in this post will be ready for the chapter's release next Tuesday. As always, we'll continue to keep an eye on the new content, review things down the line to see if there's any further adjustments needed. DBD team, GG, easy. And that's it, guys. New map, the colorization, I think that's a brilliant idea. get in. Happy with that. As long as I'm able to play the map, enjoy it, you know, being able to see where I'm going, what I'm doing, where the survivors are. Brilliant, no concerns there. Flashlights, let's test it. Let's not be so negative just straight out of the gate. Let's actually give it a try. And the Knights has had some buffs. I'm happy with that, though they're half a second trimming the fat, as I kept saying. I still think it's in the right direction. Let's just hope it proves to be more streamlined, more just always something going on gameplay, because I get really bored when there's just nothing going on. I think that's why I love Wesker, because there's always something going on with Wesker. The cooldowns are nice. You always feel like you're making progress and, you know, feels like a streamlined game. But anyway, guys, what's your thoughts on these latest post PTB changes for the Knights chapter? What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. If you have any thoughts, please drop it down. You guys know I read the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this content and you want to see more. But most of all, if you want to see me play some DBD tonight, come check us out on the stream, 7 p.m. I'm live right now over on Twitch. Links are in the description as well as on the screen. I hope to see you there. Hope you guys have a great weekend. If I don't, see you later.